it's surgery day. And what I'm going to do is just share my thoughts on how I feel pre-surgery. First off, I've got the worst hay fever in the world, so I've got red eye. Absolutely horrible. But obviously today is Saturday, and on Thursday night I started feeling a bit quiet. It started really hitting me that shit, I'm going through this. First off, I've only ever had one operation in my life, and it's when I was 10 years old. I got my appendix out, so I'm not familiar with the process, obviously. And then Friday, yesterday, I had to leave Hull to come here to Glasgow to stay over. And I was worried, I was nervous, I was thinking, why have I done this? It's the first time through the whole process that I thought, I don't want to do it. And it's mostly because I don't want to be at the gym for a long time. I don't want my routine to be messed up. I've got stupid thoughts going through my head, like what happens if they don't give me enough anaesthetic and I feel them cutting into me? What happens if they mess up the shape of my chest? What if they take too much of a gland out of one side, don't take it out the other, and then I'm not symmetrical? Silly things like this are going through my head right now. So I'm a big believer in trying to control my thoughts. I've always done it for as far back as I can remember. So what I do is I focus on things. And there's a lot of people that have said to me, you're going to be in your bed for about 2-3 days, you won't be able to move, this, that. But the way I look at it, I've got to drive back to Hull tomorrow. So I've got to be moving. I've got to put myself in a positive mindset that I'm going in here and it's like getting a tooth pulled out. I should be able to be functional straight after it. So what I've done, and I always do things like this, I always set the next goal. So for example, I'm going to be at surgery today and done with the whole thing about 1:30, 2 o'clock. I bought tickets to go to Celtic and Middlesbrough game with my brother Ross. So it's literally going to be leaving the clinic, going straight to Parkhead. But that's going to keep me focused, just the way I view it. All set for this afternoon. Positive mindset. Just run about this area. That is what all this hassle is for. Just to have that removed. Mad. The surgery today, I went into the surgery room about 10 to 11 and I was done by 25 past 11. And I was out of the surgery itself by 12 o'clock. So this is what you get, a compression vest. Don't know if you can see in there, but I've got like big foam pads. And to be honest, when I first came out of the surgery today, I wasn't sore at all. But very, very quickly, about half an hour later, I started feeling the pain kick in. But it's like I said on the last clip, I think if you can keep your mind busy and get yourself into a way of thinking of positive and believe that the pain's not going to be that bad, I think it'll help. And we met up with my mum, had dinner, and it was a really nice night. Me and Ross have come back to the room, watched England-France game, and it's time for bed. I'm finding it hard just now to open a door. Can't really carry a bag. I just went and flushed the toilet there after doing a pee, and it was sore because the day in the surgery, it was keyhole, so they pulled the gland out and I could feel them yanking at it and that, so there's a lot of stress on the pec itself. And what I'm going to do is put in a wee clip here of what the gland looked like. The gland itself is actually really big, but the gyno that I had was very, very small. Oh yeah. So the glands are out. Now it's the hard part, we're recovering, and I need to drive back to Hull tomorrow, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge. But when I'm on the road, it's basically a straight road from Glasgow to Hull, should be fine. So I'm going to get in, chill for the day, watch World Cup final, get back into my routine. I go out of my bed at my usual time, get up at my usual time, but obviously no gym for the next week. This compression vest stays on for at least 2-3 weeks for 24 hours a day. And then for another 3 weeks, I can wear it for 8 to 12 hours a day. So that's the only thing that I'm not looking forward to, is because it's so hot, having to wear this the whole time. But I must admit, the day has been brilliant because got to spend time with brother Ross, got to spend time with my mum, and we don't get to see him often. We was living so far apart. So it'll probably really kick in tomorrow, where I'm on my own quite a lot, and you know, mind isn't as occupied. So that'll be the real test. Sharing a bed tonight with this big handsome man.
Ready.
So 2 bearded buffaloes in a double bed together.
It's not even a king.
I know, it's just a double. We're going to be brushing ankles, shoulders, limbs, everything.
Yeah.
But worst thing for me is I've got to sleep on my back, and I've got sleep apnea. Don't have CPAP machine here, so need to get one of them when I get back to Hull. Otherwise, gyno's got to be the last of my problems, because I'll probably choke in my sleep and die. Oh, this is a bit I was not looking forward to, driving home. That was a rough night's sleep last night. Don't think I really slept much. And I think I slept till about 3 in the morning. And then I woke up because of the pain. I was sore. And I don't normally sleep on my back. You know, I've got sleep apnea. So I woke myself up with choking to death, basically. And I was just wanting on my side, so I was very uncomfortable. I had an uncomfortably sore back, with just lying on my back. So it's got to be like that for a couple of weeks. So I'm definitely going to need to invest in a CPAP mask and machine. But sleeping beside Ross as well, as you've seen, he's a big fella. He's got a lot of muscle. I've seen it firsthand because he's got sleep apnea as well. And the choking that he was doing in his sleep is actually quite scary. So now I know what Ellie is talking about when she says that I do it. So it was like a tale of two halves. I spent from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock choking and dying, and then Ross spent from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock choking and dying. But I left Glasgow about an hour ago. I'm not even at Carlisle yet. I have to stop, take a wee nap. Hoping with being back in my own bed and that might be a wee bit better, but I expect that the pain will get worse today, tomorrow, and then potentially start easing off midweek. But like I said yesterday, we've just got to keep positive mental attitude, pretend it's not there, keep the brain busy. My clients certainly do that for me. Yesterday I just got flooded with messages, and I was not in the health, shall we say, to respond. So I've got about 42 messages to reply to tonight when I get home. Love working with my clients, absolutely love it, but there is the odd time where I just wish there was a little bit more appreciation for the fact that I might need a day, you know, for personal things every so often. So I suppose you can't have it always, can you? I made it back to Hull. The drive was not pleasant, but got it done. There's only really 2 issues that I'm experiencing just now. One is that I'm not allowed to shower for 48 hours after having it done. So that means I can't shower until about lunchtime tomorrow. So I feel disgusting. Secondly, it's absolutely roasting in this house, in this vest. I am sweating so badly in it. So I feel really itchy and uncomfortable. And then I really can't lift my arms above there. that's really sore. So tomorrow is going to be an issue for changing my dressings and showering. I think I'll manage the dressings, but it's like I'm going to have to pull my head away down here to kind of wash my hair and wash my upper body. So that will be a wee bit of a challenge. But I have got paracetamol and antibiotics that I'm on. So hopefully this helps speed things up. I'm also going to add in some curcumin to help reduce the inflammation as well. And then later on in the week, I'll be adding in some BCP and TB 500. So I think moving forward for here, to sum up the process so far at actually having the procedure done, is you're in, you're out, it's quick, it's simple. It is uncomfortable, it is painful. You know, sleeping last night was a real issue. I think that's going to be my biggest barrier, is the sleep issue, because I need to sleep on my back and wear this vest. So it's two things that I never really thought about, to be honest. So I was thinking the biggest barrier would not be getting in the gym, but it's certainly got to be the sleep and wearing this consistently for at least 2 weeks in the heat. But hopefully getting the BCP and the TB in there will speed the process up that wee bit quicker. I'll take some footage tomorrow of what the wound actually looks like when I change the dressings, and then I'll keep a little log of that to see how quickly the swelling goes down, to see how quickly, you know, everything starts to return back to normal.